Hello Pisces, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and it's going to be a reading for the next, I don't know, 4 weeks or so, something like that. Just coming out of your season today, isn't it? Or maybe even tomorrow. So it's a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. I've done a slightly different spread here in the main using my archetype Kim Cran's deck, and I've clarified with my Mythic Tarot. I'm going to start with a couple of your oracle cards. Firstly, you've got the Pink Lotus Fairy, which is a time for spirit, and Fiona and the Unicorn, the gift of sacred sight. Both of these cards, Pisces, talk about a third eye opening in a nutshell. The Pink Lotus Fairy can be that you're on a bit of a journey or a quest. You may be having a bit of a time out, looking for some bliss and peace in your life. Maybe taking up physical exercise or yoga, or just generally taking a bit more care of your health in terms of your consumption in all manners. But it is interesting that both these cards speak about the third eye opening. So that may be something that you're experiencing just now. You might start to see, if you're doing a lot of meditation, maybe you start to see colors or orbs or, lots of things. It might be that you are feeling a bit confused, having your sleep disrupted by this, and that's why you're maybe focusing more on your health, trying to take good care of yourself. It is certainly a time to look after your diet and drink a great deal of water. So you might be having some psychic disturbance, basically, and you might be trying to work out what it's all about. When I did the first layout of just the archetypes, I did get a very different story. I've done one layer on top, which I haven't really focused on yet, but I do want to pick up on this story. Now, in the past, you have Kairos. Yeah, I've got the Death card in reverse. It's come out a little bit sideways. So this is the past. So this is something that's, already, you've been through, but it's still lingering, or it's something that you might need to let go of. I'm getting that someone sort of feels that there's been a lot of waiting, maybe a lot of patience required, sort of kind of waiting for the right time to take action on something, or to do something, or to make a move. And it feels like that time is past. Obviously, it is in your past. It feels like there's been a bit of, not just waiting time, but almost like... I feel for some people this feels like someone's biological clock is ticking, because I've got the seed in the unconscious and the vessel. You can see where I'm going with that. The seed in the unconscious, in the the underworld, is what it wants to be brought up into the consciousness. It wants to surface. So we've literally got a seed here, the pearl, and the vessel, which speaks of the body, the physical body, or any sort of structure that were to hold it. And I sort of feel that maybe someone has been waiting on the perfect time to, get pregnant. And maybe the biological clock is ticking. Maybe you're getting a bit older. Maybe you haven't found the relationship. Maybe it's just not the right time in your current relationship. But this is something with the Death card in reverse now clarifying Kairos would suggest not something you've let go of. It is in your past, and you're obviously moving through a cycle here. But there's been something that you haven't let go of. Something that has ended, or something where the clock has run out on. Maybe it's just, someone's patience has run down. But it's something that's not been let go of in the past. And as I say, in the underworld, we do have the seed. This is origins, fertility, germination, building. And it is in the upright, and this, so there's like, obviously I'm looking at impregnation here, which is as visual as it could possibly get. That won't be for everyone, but there is, I mean, for some people, they literally want to get into gardening. I'm going to say that as well. I've got the box up here. I'm seeing someone who wants to, just basically create something. But it's not there yet, because this seed is still in the unconscious. It's an idea, it's a thought, it's a hope, an intention. And it needs to be brought up to the surface. And the vessel is there for it to happen. But this has been a struggle, and it still is, I believe, because it's still in the unconscious. I've got the King of Cups and I've got the Nine of Wands here. The King of Cups, I will take an archetype on him specifically, but this would normally be a water sign. It can be, it often comes through as a doctor or a healer. So there's something in that. It may be a health issue that someone has been persevering with, really struggling with the Nine of Wands. Because the King of Cups, Odysseus, he's the wounded healer. He's the healer who cannot heal himself. So he chooses to share that knowledge with others. Let me just take a card on him now. King of Cups for Pisces. Why is the King of Cups here? Or who is the King of Cups, I should say. King of Cups for Pisces. Who is the King of Cups in the Pisces reading? Not sure I've done that right. He's a liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Now, I do have in the headspace, it's also called the blessing or the guidance. I've got the box in reverse. Now, the box in reverse, well, the box in itself talks about structures. It's in reverse because I feel someone wants to break free of the structures. This can be any sort of, you know, limitation, perceived or otherwise. It's a cage, basically. It's rules, it's the norm, it's what's accepted, societal norms. Someone wants to, I feel, break free from that. But there's either insufficient energy to do it, or there's possibly a slight fear that it would be frowned upon. So the seed wants to come out. I mean, it might be that someone, as I say, wants to get pregnant. Maybe they don't have a partner and they're choosing to, you know, have a baby on their own. It's someone who's a lot older, maybe already has older children, wants to have a child. Then I am strongly feeling the child vibe. But there's something that in some way is out with their normal belief system. And this is what wants to come through with this King of Cups. So either it's an individual, or it's a doctor, or it's some sort of mentor or guru, you know, that you might go in search of, like, you know, some sort of, you know, spiritual quest. There's the answers that you need guidance with. This is the guidance, is to break out of the box. And this King of Cups is a liberator. He's someone who might be able to help you. Show me the King of Cups for Pisces. The Rhino. Overcome any obstacle. This is the perseverance. It is in reversal, just going to say. Because it's still not unearthed, if you understand. It's there, the potential is there. But it's not in your conscious reality yet. Or this is someone that needs to come through. So there are obstacles that this person is up against with the Nine of Wands. And it does feel either in terms of freeing you from a situation or freeing themselves. Not necessarily a situation. It can literally just be a way of thinking. And the self, you, what you're embodying right now, what's holding everything together is the vessel. And say this is the physical body's any sort of container. But when I clarified it, I've got the Four of Wands in reverse here. So this can be someone who just wants to, who's unstable maybe in their current living environment or their current marriage. To me, the Four of Wands is always home and hearth. So this feels like you're currently feeling unstable where you are, or would like to leave a relationship or a home location. And yet you're struggling with that, because this box is what's keeping everything contained. But you're not content where you are. Four of Cups here. Discontentment. You might have like a lot of naysayers around you, Pisces, or, you know, if you were to sort of have the conversation about where your thoughts are and what you're contemplating. This will be people that will absolutely put you off. This is Psyche and her two sisters. Now, her two sisters are really jealous of her. They put her off her husband because they're jealous of her, not because he's not the man for her. But it confuses her. She starts to get that wee seed of doubt. She already had one, but now she's got quite a few more. So it's sort of been in a position where you're not quite sure in what direction to go in. And yet I do feel there is someone down here that does have some good direction for you. Your guidance is the box in reverse. Your guidance is to break out of, whatever construct or limitation you feel are holding you back just now. I mean, that could just be, with regards to, maybe you're looking at mediumship, or I don't know. I feel there's like, stuff coming through here, that might be unsettling for you. And it may just feel like a step too far, that's going to, remove you. How to say that? If you continue to open that door, you are going to see things differently from the vast majority of people, and that's going to make your current connections possibly a little dull, or you're just not going to be able to connect with the people that you used to. Your guidance, however, is to follow that route, Pisces, with the box in reverse, is to, break free. Because there can be some fear in the box, because it's what you've always known. It's your programming. It's the, the walls of your mind. And there's stuff that's coming into your sphere that's possibly making you think very differently. But if you go the whole route down there, as I say, it could be that stuff starts to fall apart. Like your home, your family, your marriage. And you might just need a wee bit of help with that. And this King of Cups seems to have the answer in terms of liberating you. But that's not going to come easy. And it takes time, because, the pearl is formed over time, and it requires friction, the Nine of Wands, to become a pearl. So it's like, you're not going to get there easily, sort of thing. But you are being sort of guided to make moves in that direction. And in terms of what's coming in, you've got the cave. As I say, the really simple story here was that somebody literally has been waiting to have a child. The seed is literally there. And I'm sort of seeing this as, the gestation, the germination into the body. The box seems that there is most definitely something that is in some way maybe unacceptable to some people in your environment, maybe even yourself, and then you're going into the cave. This is your 9 months in the cave, possibly. Now, it is on a bit of a tilt here, so it can speak of a time of, being isolated, hiding away, withdrawal, but it's also a portal. A portal to another realm. It's our, like sacred center, the interior. But it can be a little bit dark. It can be a little bit dank. And I'm conscious that this is Cronus, and Cronus does, he is humbled, and he goes into the cave. He comes back out as a sage. So there might be like a spiritual retreat type thing that you're considering or looking into, or that might be useful. But it's not in its upright. So it speaks more about feeling more isolated and alone, rather than, almost like an enforced isolation. Obviously, I don't need to say it, do I? But whereas, someone who's on a true, spiritual quest, would seek out the cave. Yeah, they would choose to be there. This doesn't feel like it is ultimately a choice. It just feels like the natural progression. But I do feel some reluctance from you. Now, it's been clarified by the Seven of Cups upright. Well, the Lovers in reverse came out first. So that's Four of Wands in reverse, and the Lovers reverse speaks about, you know, some sort of breakdown in probably a partnership. And with that is the confusion, the Seven of Cups. This is lessons in love. Now, this card here, this is Aphrodite giving Psyche her lessons in order to, you know, regain or reconciliate. Does that sound right? Doesn't sound right. With Eros. And what she is told to do is to go into the cave, to actually go to the underworld. With no hope of coming back. It is her toughest lesson. She does choose to go. So it's the Eight of Cups. It's a you know, an intentional move away. And for Psyche, it was very much that everything was lost. It wasn't a trade. It wasn't any sort of bargaining tool for her. There was nothing left for her where she was. She'd been waiting for him a very long time in the Six of Cups. So in many ways, it was a bit of a lifeline, but there was no guarantee she would ever come back from it, or she would pass the test, or survive the underworld. So it does feel like a big decision here. I am wary the Lovers being reversed can sometimes be a bad decision. So let's just get a wee bit more of the moment with Lenormand. A little bit more factual than floaty. Let's have a look. I'm going to look at I want to know why the Four of Wands being in reverse is disappointing, I have to say. Because it feels like what you're maybe having to give up, leave behind. It feels big, and I'm not saying, I mean, it would have been easier if it wasn't so big, you know, but it's a case of whether it's worth it. Show me the Four of Wands in reverse for Pisces. It might just be that you're looking to move home to somewhere completely different because you're totally dissatisfied and uninspired about where you are. But that's going to upset the apple cart for other people. Show me the Four of Wands reverse for Pisces, please. Why is the Four of Wands reverse for Pisces? Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be easy. Really, I'm getting that vibe. It might even require some burning of bridges here. Now, the cross can talk about religion. So you could believe in like a religious group. Or, you know, it's something that's heavy. It's something that's burdensome. It's something that has to be endured. It's something that's heavily karmic. This is where you're at. It's almost like you're the cup that's holding it all together because you are the vessel. Or this vessel is your home, and that's almost a weight on you. Or a marriage. Four of Wands can be a marriage. It's definitely a home. I mean, as it can be a religious home, this can also speak of a church. Or, you know, some sort of religious order that you're involved in. And that may be something you want to break free of, you want to move away from, but it might be something that, you know, you're pretty much going to be scorned or, you know, ostracized. So it feels like you won't just lose one thing, is what I'm saying. There are strands attached to it. But your guidance is the box in reverse. Let's have a look. Guidance for Pisces, the box in reverse with the Four of Cups. This just talks about making a decision. You have options. Explore your options. It's the paths. Should I stay or should I go is probably it. I mean, you do have the compass. So this is about choosing a new direction. The box. What does Pisces do with the box in reverse. Not sure about that. The birds. Go. Travel, explore, journey, quest. It's not saying you should definitely go. Kind of is though, but I kind of feel you don't want to hear that. Because it's going to come at a price. And there's a lot of people, you know, at least 2 significant people that are in your head talking you out of it. Talking you out of a good thing, probably. So check their motives, first and foremost. Or speak to your liberator chap down here. Preferably someone who doesn't have a really close connection with you and there's nothing in it for them either way, because that will always sway someone's good advice or just advice. But you have an option to travel here, and the boxes, this is your guidance. I forget to say, it's a blessing indeed. Choose to go, choose to move. And the cave, the future. Why is the cave here in Pisces? Future. The cave here for Pisces. The woman. Now this can be you, the Pisces I'm reading for, or it can be a female you're connected with. This would be someone who is maybe isolated or withdrawn, or in some way hidden, removed. Why is it the woman with the cave for Pisces? Gosh, very much so. Very secretive, mysterious, hidden. It's also someone who has knowledge. Or needs knowledge, needs to learn lessons in love, needs to learn something. Show me the Lovers in reverse. Why is that in reverse? Oopsie. It's a bear. This can speak of a mother, money, business. Can be a business decision. It's also dominance, power, strength. Possibly the strength necessary to make this decision, or to, you know, deal with you know, a breakup. Burn some bridges. 7 Cups for Pisces. Oh my God, look at that. This is a sudden ending. Can be a sudden death. Maybe that's what's in the past here, that you're still very much attached to, Pisces, with the Death card being in reverse here. So for some, this, you know, you could still be grieving something in the past. And this journey, trip, move, I mean, as I say, it could be to see, you know, a counsellor or a healer or a doctor, or go to a sanctuary. It's very much a time of withdrawal, quietness. And it may well be that you're trying to get to the bottom of something, or you're trying to handle grief with regards to an ending, or indeed a death. I'm just going to have a look at that. This can also be about revelations, you know, with the book being torn open by the scythe. So any sort of secrets or mysteries or anything that's been unhidden or unclear to you, it's going to become really clear. Show me the coffin with the scythe though. Ouchie. 6 of Pentacles. Coffin inside for Pisces. Ooh. So you've got the World at the base of the deck now. You've got the Wheel of the Year, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 4 of Swords. Right, so this is basically saying that, well, the 6 of Pentacles is a really lovely card. It obviously is known in tarot as, you know, the merchant given to two. Not saying anything like that, but it could be that for some of you. This is kindness. This is an offer of help, and it changes everything. The Four of Swords is a card of healing again. It's a card, when it comes through to me, is someone who is very, very defensive, but utterly, utterly shattered, physically shattered, and yet still in some way having to defend her territory. But the Wheel of Fortune on Six of Pentacles, it shows big changes, probably or on the financial front. So there could be, you know, a bit of a windfall coming your way, or, you know, just an upgrade. But there's a shift here, and this shift is going to allow you to take the time you need to work through or resolve whatever it is you're currently or will be going through. I mean, I'm not really seeing it, but for some of you, you know, this upgrade financially could come by way of an inheritance of some sort, with the coffin card being here. The book is, you know, the hidden knowledge that is revealed. It could be like someone's will. But ultimately, there is most definitely in the future going to be some sort of retreat and need for healing, because there is something that's ended here that you haven't let go of. And I feel for some, whoever this is, that they're feeling very constrained in their current environment. And their guidance is to make some moves, is to travel. It doesn't need to be like forever. It might just be, you know, I don't know. I don't know where anyone can go these days, but if there is a window of opportunity that opens up, and given what we have experienced to date, and I remember saying this about a year ago, if this is going to become like more common in our lives, it will mean that those windows of opportunity will have to be used for maybe bigger purposes, rather than getting back to the pub and the cinema. Okay, you take some advice. Angels and ancestors would be the advice for Pisces for the next, say, 4 to 6 weeks. Advice for Pisces for the next 4 to 6 weeks for this reading. The first and the fourth might be significant for you, Pisces. That didn't flip, but it is the card, most certainly. Move beyond ancestral patterns. The ancestral patterns are the box. Your conditioning, basically. Let's have a look. And it also means the buck stops with you. There is a big change you need to make that's going to be a difficult one. With the hunter here, it's tracked down your hopes and desires are basically the same thing. Fears and desires, and shed old skin. So there's a really, really big shift for you, Pisces. It's destined to happen almost. Move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members, past and present, and know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioural patterns. The Aboriginal people are the oldest tribal people still living on the planet. They're hunter-gatherer culture. I'll stick my wee hunter up there because he's gorge. And ancient spirituality are rooted in tradition and balance with the earth. So the Aboriginal ancestors are offering you not only wisdom that will help you heal and adapt to the ever-changing planet, but also an understanding of what a spiritual life should be. The elder is the ancestor who comes with a message of healing and change. He is an embodied soul, yet he has had journeys that go beyond the physical. I really do think this is his King of Cups character. When he appears, it's an acknowledgement that you have the capacity to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon you. If you have had an expectation, if you have had expectations of success, failure, sadness, or even sickness placed upon you by your family, it's important to know that you are here to create your own story. This card represents personal healing that will bring healing to your family lineage, past, present, and future. Know that you get to decide what you take on. And also know that your ancestors are rooting for you and are sorry, that cracks me up, for any setbacks they have created for you. You're like, aye, did you, aye. Right, Pisces, that's your reading. I wish you all the best with it. Look after yourselves. Talk to you soon. Bye.